table L, R, U and D. The question is Nash equilibrium in the game is R. What is the Nash equilibrium in the game? Equilibrium. So Nash equilibrium is mutual best response. In this game table, this is a 2/2 normal form because there are two responses, 1 1 1 1, that is this is a 2x2 normal form. Two cross 2 matrix, profit matrix 2, that is P2. Player 1 is a row player. Player 1 is a row player. That is player 1 here, this red color player 1 represent row player. He selects the U or D, right? These are rows U and D. U and D. That is row player and chooses between U and D. U and D. That is up or down. Up or down. That is the row player. Player 1 selects either U or D, up or down. Okay. Coming to player 2. Player 2, this one blue color, player 2 represents the column player. Column player. Player 2 represents the column player, and how he chooses between the left and right, L and R. That chooses between L and R, that is left and right. Because of this, the up and down. So the first letter is U, right? Up U, down D, left L and right R. Left and right, that is left and right. Right and left, these directions, both the directions. Okay. First, so what is Nash equilibrium? They are asking find the Nash equilibrium in the game, in this game. What is Nash equilibrium? Nash equilibrium, mutual best responses. Mutual best responses. How to find the best responses? First, there are two cases. First, we consider the case 1. So first one, case 1. There is two cases. First one, case 1. That is two cases because the player 1 plays one case, player 2 plays another case. So first case, if the player 1's best response, find player 1's best response. Player 1's best response. So how to find the player 1's best response? That is this red color, player 1's best response. How to find player 1 chooses between U and D, right? So that is player 2 plays. If player 2 plays, player 1 best response finding, that is player 2 plays. How player 2 plays? For example, if player 2 plays L, for example, if the player 2 plays first condition L, if the player 2 plays L, that is player 1 gets first this one left, and player 1 gets how the player 1 gets, player 2 plays L, player 1 gets how the player 1 selects up or down, right? U and D. So here in this first condition, how the player 1 best responses, how to find? So find the player 1 best plays L. First player 2 plays L. How the player 1 selects? Player 1 gets 1 1, right? 1 1. That is U and D. Player 1 gets U equal to 1 and D equal to 1. U equal to 1, D equal to 1. If both are equal, that is U equal to D equal to 1. Both are equal. These are indifferent. if both are equal, indifferent. You can remember this one. This is very important. Both are equal, indifferent. So this is the case 1. We are finding the player 1's best response. That is, if the player 2 plays L. This is the first case A. Player 2 plays L. Player 1 gets U and D. If the player 2 plays R, that is, player 2 first plays L and next plays R. Okay. How the player 1 gets? How the player 1 gets? The second condition. Player 2 plays R, right. Player 2 plays right. How the player 1 gets? Actually, first you know what are these values, right? That is important. So here U equals to 1 and L equals to 1, right? L equals to U equals to 1. In this box, U and L values represents the U and L values. That is U equal to 1, L equal to 1. In this box, U and R, right? U equal to 1 and R equal to 1. Next, in this box, D and L, that is D equal to 1 and L equals to 1. In this box, D equals to 2 and R equals to 2, right? After this, first we are finding L and R, that is player 2. This is player 1. This is U and D. 1 1 1 1 1 1 2 2. First we are finding the best response for player 1. Best response for player 1, that is BR, best response for player 1. How we are finding? If player 2 plays left one condition and player 2 plays right one condition. So what is the values of player 2 plays left, player 1 responses, and player 2 plays right and player 1 responses. So next condition is if player 2 plays left, this one, and player 2 plays right, this one. If player 2 plays right, player 1 gets, so player 2 plays right, this one, these two values. Player 2 plays right, player 1 gets 1 and 2, that is U equal to 1 and D equals to 2. So which is the best value? Higher value is the better, right? D equals to 2 is good, that is D equal to 2 is better. So better. So that is from these two conditions A and B, from this A and B two conditions. So player 1 best response is, so player 1 best responses L, that implies if player 2 plays L, U equal to D equal to 1, that is U or D, even U or D. And R, if player 2 plays right, so D is better, right? So D equals to 2, that is D is better. This is the first response. Player 1 plays up, and another condition, if player 1 plays down. There are two conditions. Player 1 plays up and player 1 plays down. Player 2 gets, if player 1 plays up. So this player 1 plays up, you can select these two, L and R, these two values. That is player 2 gets L equals to R equals to 1, indifferent. L equals to R equals to 1. That implies that implies L or right, or right, both are equal, indifferent. D, right? D means D equal to 1 and D equal to 2. So you can select these two L and R values, L and R. If player 1 plays D, that implies player 2 means he chooses L and R, right? L and R, both values. Player 2 chooses left and right values. If player 1 plays up, he chooses these two values, left and right. If player 1 plays D down, that is 1 and 2, he gets 1 and 2, L and R. That is L equals to 1 and R equals to 2. R equals to 2 is better. R equals to 2 is better means R is better. R is better. Response for player 2 is first condition L or R and R equal to R is better. R is better. 2. This is the condition 1. So from both the conditions, Nash equilibrium is mutual best responses. Mutual best responses. We select mutual best responses. So both the conditions, common condition, both the conditions we consider. So so D comma R. This not only this one is correct. Another condition is also both D comma R. Both D comma R. So D is better and D is better. Both D comma R. This condition is correct. Both D comma R. Both are better. This condition correct. But not only, another condition is also there. U or L also better. U or L. Both this one, right? Or so in this condition D and R also, D and R is a one pair we already chosen. R is better, so D is better. So D comma R is a one pair. That is here R is selected, here D is selected. Inga what are the left? U is left and L is left. So another pair is U comma L, right? So D is selected, R is selected, and the rest of the pair U and L. Okay, mutual. This is both the condition, mutual condition U and L. So that is both R and D are not only this one, U and L not only this condition, both the conditions. This option is correct because we include the Nash equilibrium means mutual condition, mutual both the conditions. Because of this we selected this option is correct, C. Drawing all these conditions. This is player 1, row player, and column player, player 2. So we want player 1 best response and player 2 best response. If player 1 best response means player 2 plays left and right. If player 2 plays left means, so these two conditions are common. So we can select this one, left, U equal to 1 and D equal to 1. These two conditions. If the player 2 plays right, that is these two conditions are right. Player 2 plays right. How player 2 chooses? These two, up and down. Player 2, that is column player, selects U and D. He selects U and D. Column player selects U and D, and row player selects left and right. Okay, both are equal. That is he can select U and D also. If the player 2 plays R, player 1 selects 1 and 2. Which one is better? 2 is more, this one is better. That is U or D or D is better. D is better for the first condition. Response. How to find player 2 best response? That is player 1 plays up and player 1 plays down. If the player 1 plays up means he can select these two are common. So how player 1 selects L or right, left or right? He selects left or right. So that is he select L equal to 1, R equal to 1. Both are equal, right? L or R. Player 1 selects L or R. If the player 1 plays D, that is these two values. Actually this value D equal to 1 and D equal to 2. Here R equals to 2, R equals to 1. Here U equals to 1 and U equals to 1, L equals to 1. Here L equals to 1. So if the player 1 plays down, that is D is common. He selects, how he selects? Left and right. He selects left and right. That is 1 and 2. Which one is better? 2 is better. That is R is better. This is player 1 is this one. C. Because mutual, both the conditions satisfied.